heartbeat. Another. A distant choir holds one endless note. Thunder rolls across eternity. A giant golden gate slowly opens. A white grand piano strikes a magnificent chord. Golden light floods the horizon. People spend their entire lives wondering what heaven looks like. Most imagine clouds, angels, peace. They were close, but they forgot one thing. Heaven has the greatest backstage ever built. Every hallway echoes like an opera house. Every cloud shines like a spotlight. Every breeze sounds like applause. Every soul walks as if they're about to perform again. And then someone arrived, like he had never left the stage. White military jacket, dark sunglasses, perfect posture, that unmistakable smile. He wasn't walking. He was making an entrance. Well, this is unexpected. Not bad. Very elegant. Gold everywhere. Excellent architecture. Beautiful acoustics. Although, I'd move those clouds a little to stage left. They're blocking the lighting. Excuse me. Who's running production up here? A calm voice answered. Older than time. Gentle, yet impossible to ignore. Welcome home, Freddie. Freddie smiled without turning around. Before we begin, tell me something. Did I make enough noise?
St. Peter smiled,
then closed the enormous book of life. Enough noise, my son?
there are stars,
Still vibrating from your concerts.
but that
Isn't what interests me. Freddie finally turned for the first time. His smile faded. Tell me,
who are you?
after the curtain fell, after the applause,
After the lights,
when no one was watching,
who was Freddie?
a long silence, even the choir stopped singing. Funny, nobody ever asked me that. They asked about records, tours, interviews, awards, scandals. Nobody ever wanted to meet the man after the makeup came off. St. Peter remained silent, waiting.
Every night,
I became larger than life,
fearless,
untouchable.
immortal,
The audience believed it,
eventually,
so did I.
until
I walked back into a quiet room and realized the spotlight had stayed behind. Did fame make you happy?
Freddie laughed.
A real laugh.
Short, honest,
Fame?
no,
Fame is strange.
people don't fall in love with you,
They fall in love.
with a version of you,
They invent. You spend years.
trying not to disappoint.
A stranger's imagination.
St. Peter nodding slowly.
And what frightened you? Freddie looked toward the endless horizon.
Silence,
Not death, not failure.
silence.
Because silence means the audience has gone home.
St. Peter smiled.
No. Silence is where truth begins. Another long pause, the clouds moved gently. A distant trumpet echoed across heaven. Tell me, what was your greatest performance? Freddie didn't hesitate, pretending
I wasn't afraid.
that performance lasted my whole life.
Heaven became completely still.
Then St. Peter smiled warmly.
Then today,
Your performance ends. You don't have to impress anyone anymore. Not the critics, not history, not even me. Here, you don't have to be a legend. You only have to be Freddie. Freddie closed his eyes for the first time. He breathed without an audience.
Then he opened one eye,
grinning again. That's beautiful. Anyway, where can a gentleman find a proper espresso and perhaps a cigarette? St. Peter burst into laughter. Even the angels laughed. No cigarettes.
we finally quit those centuries ago.
But the finest coffee in eternity, second door.
On your right,
The Celestial Cafe. Excellent. Who's making it?
someone
Who still believes?
Las Vegas never closed.
Freddie adjusted his sunglasses, straightened his jacket.
Walked through the enormous light doors.
Immediately, he smelled fresh coffee, a grand piano, vintage microphones, a gleaming Cadillac, someone humming softly.
An old rock and roll melody.
Freddie stopped. His smile slowly grew. No, brother, what are you doing here?
The man slowly turned around.
A huge smile, bright white suit, the unmistakable king. Funny. All those years, millions of people wanted 5 minutes with us. And now, the first time we finally meet, it's just you and me. I always imagined we'd meet backstage, not in heaven. Maybe this is backstage, maybe Earth was only the first show. Freddie smiles, takes a sip of coffee. Tell me something. Do you miss Vegas? Or do you miss being Elvis? Elvis leans back, thinking, neither. I miss watching somebody walk into my show, carrying the whole world on their shoulders, and leave, standing a little taller. That's what I miss. Not the lights, not the screaming,
Not the headlines.
no, lights burn out,
Newspapers.
become yesterday.
Crowds go home.
But hope stays with people. If a song can convince somebody to keep living
One more day.
that's a better trophy than gold records.
A long silence.
Only the piano. You know, people thought we lived for applause. No, applause lasts seconds. Character lasts forever. Were you afraid they'd forget you? Elvis slowly smiles, not embarrassed, just honest. Every artist is, not because we want attention, because we wonder whether we matter. There's a difference. Freddie nods. Exactly. I never wanted people to remember my name.
I wanted them
To remember how they felt
when they heard my music.
Now you're talking to man dies. A voice doesn't, a melody travels farther than its creator ever could. Freddie studies Elvis. So, what makes a king? Elvis smiles, looks around the cafe. Not a crown, not fame, not money. A king is the man who reminds someone else they're worth getting back up if one broken soul finds courage because of something you created. You've already won. Freddie quietly laughs. Brother, I think we've been measuring success all wrong. Most people do. They count money. History counts hearts. Silence. The coffee has grown cold, neither notices. Do you think they still need us? Elvis smiles with complete certainty, more than ever. Not because they need legends, because they need hope. Music is hope with a melody. Freddie stands, walks toward the white piano, runs one finger across the keys. A single note echoes through heaven. Then maybe our work never ended. Elvis stands beside him, places his hand on Freddie's shoulder. Brother, legends don't retire, they just change stages. He sits at the piano, looks at Freddie, smiles. Ready? Let's remind the living that the greatest songs aren't written, they're lived. The P never dies, begins.
A phone rings in the dark. Lilia woke up suddenly. Not because of a dream, not because of fear, because someone was breathing in the room. She opened her eyes and froze. On the left side of her bed stood Freddie. White jacket, dark glasses, a smile like trouble. On the right side stood Elvis, black hair, white suit, arms crossed, looking like heaven had sent him personally. Lilia screamed. Freddie lifted one hand. Darling, relax, we're dead, not rude. Elvis smiled. Sorry to wake you, ma'am, but heaven has a problem. Lilia grabbed the blanket.
Who are you?
Freddie looked offended. That hurt. Elvis laughed. She just woke up, brother. The room began to change. The lamp flickered, the walls glowed gold. Her notebook flew open, the pages turned by themselves. Then the phone rang, one number flashed on the screen. Lilia whispered, "What is happening?" Freddie leaned closer. Opportunity. Elvis nodded. A tour. Lilia blinked. A tour? Freddie smiled wider. The Ghostrasso tour. Elvis pointed toward the window outside. The sky opened like a theater curtain. Las Vegas lights. Barcelona, Memphis, London, different decades, different stages, all waiting. Elvis said, "We can travel through cities, centuries, memories, music. But ghosts need someone alive." Elvis smiled, the producer. Freddie looked straight at Lilia.
A writer.
Elvis nodded.
Someone crazy enough to believe this.
Lilia stared at them.
And you picked me?
Freddie laughed softly.
Darling, heaven has excellent taste.
Elvis extended his hand.
Pack your courage.
Freddie raised his voice as the guitar screamed. Because the dead are going back on tour. Her boring life ended in that second. Hello from the sky. We're standing by your bed. Don't call the police, darling. We're already dead.
Hello from the sky. The tour begins tonight. When legends need a second life.
They call Lilia.
She was still recovering from the little surprise Elvis and I gave her. I admit, appearing on both sides of someone's bed may have been slightly dramatic. But Elvis, well, he had discovered something new. He couldn't stop walking through walls. Every 5 seconds, he'd disappear into one room, then pop out from another, like a child with a brand new toy.
Elvis, would you please stop doing that?
Normal people use doors. Sorry, ma'am. Being a ghost is more fun than I expected.
Watch this.
Whoosh!
Elvis walks through another wall.
All right, that's enough.
We have work to do.
Our first stop.
Lilia looked at me.
Where are we going?
I smiled.
There was only one answer.
Barcelona.
Both of them stared at me.
Barcelona?
Why Barcelona?
I couldn't believe they had to ask.
Because
It isn't just a city, it's a stage, a place where music climbs into the sky, where the sea applauds every sunrise, where history sings without saying a word.
I remember standing there.
Hearing voices so magnificent.
They made stone buildings feel alive.
That city,
Doesn't listen to music.
it breathes it.
Elvis folded his arms.
Still unconvinced.
Brother, you'd better prove it.
I smiled.
Walked toward the piano.
Touched one key.
The guitar answered.
Barcelona.
City of fire and light.
Barcelona. You still shine in my mind tonight.
Where the sea meets forever, where the mountains touch the sky.
Every dream becomes a melody.
Every heart learns how to fly.
Barcelona. Open your soul to me. Barcelona.
Where music sets us free.
All right. Now I understand.
Brother.
Book the tickets.
Darling,
Ghosts don't need tickets.
we only need
A good entrance.
to be continued.
Lilia still couldn't believe it. One moment, she was in a bedroom. The next, we were standing backstage in Las Vegas. 1960. The air smelled of coffee, cigarettes, and impossible dreams. Beyond the red curtains, a magnificent pianist was filling the room with thunder and soul. Lilia whispered, "Is that?" I smiled. "Yes, darling." "Welcome to the beginning." Elvis adjusted his jacket, couldn't stop smiling. "Brother, we're really back." I looked toward the stage, not back. Right on time. The curtains opened, the crowd erupted, the piano rolled like a storm. Elvis danced through the lights. I stepped to the microphone. History took a deep breath. When the night calls your name, where The piano grew louder. Elvis spun across the stage. The audience clapped in rhythm. Lilia stood in the wings, speechless. She finally understood this wasn't just a concert. It was a mission to remind the living that music outlives time. Don't stop believing now. Run to the light. Run to the light. Stand your ground. God give us power. God give us power. Let the music rise. Keep the fire burning. Burning. Hey, hey. Legends never die. Oh, legends never die. Power. Hey, legends never, never die.
People think New York belongs to skyscrapers. They're wrong. New York belongs to dreamers, to singers, to crazy people who refuse to quit. That night, I was sitting alone, a little whiskey, a cigarette, thinking about old friends when the door opened. First came Elvis, smiling like he had never left behind him. Freddie Mercury, still dressed like the stage belonged to him, and beside them, a young producer named Lilia, looking around like she'd stepped into another universe. I laughed. Only one thing crossed my mind. The impossible had finally arrived.
Elvis,
Brother, how in the world did you get back to New York? Frank
Elvis,
finally gave us a passport. And who's the beautiful lady? Meet Lilia. She's producing the greatest tour that never should have happened.
I still can't believe I'm standing here.
Kid around here. The impossible is just another Tuesday.
I looked out the window.
Times Square,
The lights,
the horns,
the heartbeat of the city.
I smile.
Gentlemen,
If you're gonna come back, there's only one proper way. Let's remind this city who it belongs to.
New York, New York, New York, New York.
City of endless dreams,
Every lonely heart
still believes.
raise your voice.
Raise it high
Tonight the skyline sings.
when music fills these streets.
Every soul grows wings.
New York, New York,
We'll light the night again.
dreams don't disappear.
They just find new friends.
Well, boys, I'd stay all night, but I hear Sweden is waiting. You heard right. Tell him. New York says hello and save me a seat when Ghostrasso comes back.
The tour keeps rolling.
Next stop,
To be continued. New York, New York,
to be continued.
New York, New York,
To be continued.
New York, New York.
Our next stop, Stockholm. The city looked frozen. But the music was on fire. Lilia pulled her coat tighter. Freddie, why is heaven always warm, but Sweden feels like my refrigerator? Elvis laughed so hard, he nearly walked through another wall. I looked at him. Brother, use the door. He shrugged. Ghost habits. We walked into a beautiful recording studio. 4 voices, already singing together. Perfect harmony, like they'd been expecting us. One blonde smiled, another raised an eyebrow. One gentleman looked at Elvis and whispered, "Well, this is unexpected." I smiled. "Darling, may I introduce ABBA?" Lilia froze. She whispered,
No, this can't be happening.
Elvis leaned toward her. "Relax, around here, impossible is just the schedule." Everyone laughed. One of them asked, "So, what's this Ghostrasso tour?" I answered, "Simple. We're proving that great songs never retire. They just find new audiences." The room exploded with laughter. Then someone looked at Lilia.
And who's producing all this madness?
I pointed proudly. "She is." Lilia blinked.
Me?
"Yes, darling. Congratulations. You're officially managing the most impossible tour in history." Even Elvis applauded.
Mamma mia, here we sing again. My, music has no end. Mamma mia, raise your voice tonight, hands high. Everything's alright. Every laugh becomes a chorus. Every stranger sings along. When friends gather all together, every heart becomes a song. Mamma mia, dance beneath the sky. Smile wide, let the years fly by.
Everyone claps. Elvis starts dancing. Lilia can't stop laughing. I looked around the room. Then I smiled. "Well, who's next?" Elvis grinned. "Brother, I know 4 guys from Liverpool."
I looked at Lilia.
She sighed.
Please tell me you're joking.
Elvis winked. "Darling, ghosts never joke about music."
To be continued.
To be continued.
John? People always ask, what was the strangest day in our career?
Easy.
The day Elvis Presley, Freddie Mercury, and a producer named Lilia joined us to cross Abbey Road. At first, I thought it was a dream. Then Elvis waved at me, and I realized dreams don't usually wear white suits. George! Lilia looked completely confused. She kept asking, "Is anybody else seeing this?" Oh, we were seeing it. We just weren't trying to explain it. John? Then Elvis did something only Elvis would do. He walked to the front of the line and accidentally became the leader of the Beatles. Elvis. I've always wanted to try. Paul. Freddie looked at him, shook his head, and said, "Brother, history is officially confused." Lilia, could somebody please act normal? Ringo. Too late, you joined musicians, everyone laughed. Tourists stopped, cameras flashed, traffic froze for one glorious minute. London forgot what year it was. I looked at Freddie, he looked at me. I asked, so what happens now? Freddie, we sing always. Mrs. Robinson, come and sing with us. Every smile becomes a memory, every road becomes enough. Mrs. Robinson, raise another cheer. Hey, 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 everybody's here. Walking through tomorrow, laughing all the way. Music keeps on dancing, yesterday to today. Mrs. Robinson, here's another song. Take a little happiness and carry it along. Well, who's leading now? Apparently me. That's the funniest thing I've heard all week. Where are we going next? Freddie. Somewhere. The music is still waiting. Please tell me it doesn't involve another crosswalk. Everyone bursts into laughter as they continue walking down the street. To be continued. To be continued.
Everybody asks, Champ, what were you thinking? Before the biggest fight of your life? Fear? Nah. Strategy? Maybe. But the real story? Nobody's ready. One night, Vegas. Big fight, big crowd, big pressure. Then my dressing room door opens, and in walk the three craziest visitors I've ever seen. First guy, white suit, sideburns, smiling like he owned the building. Second guy, military jacket, mustache, walking like every stage on earth belonged to him. Then a lady, looking at both of them like, please don't embarrass me. I looked up, rubbed my eyes and said, either my coffee is fighting back, or heaven lost 3 tourists. White suit grins, evening, champ. I said, hold on, Elvis? He smiled, the one and only. Then Freddie bowed, pleasure darling. The lady waved, hi, I'm Lilia. I looked at her, you're alive? She laughed most days. I said, congratulations, you're the normal one. Big mistake, Elvis looked around, then walked straight through my wall. I jumped, Freddie rolled his eyes, ignore him. He's obsessed with ghost privileges. Elvis came back through another wall. Champ, you gotta try this! I said, brother, I float around a boxing ring, but that's still cheating. Everybody laughed. Freddie looked at me. Elvis says you're a dancer. I smiled. Absolutely. I dance like a butterfly and sting like a bee. Elvis pointed. See? Told you! Lilia crossed her arms. I thought we were meeting a boxer. I laughed. Young lady. Young lady. Freddie asked, you nervous? I nodded. Always. If a fighter says he's never nervous, he's already asleep. Lilia asked, then why are you smiling? I looked her straight in the eyes. Because fear hates confidence. Smile first, confuse the fear. Even Freddie nodded, that's a keeper. Then Elvis opened my closet. Champ, you own more robes than a movie star. I fired back, and you've got enough sideburns for 2 lifetimes. The room exploded, then Mr. Ali. 2 minutes. Silence. Freddie fixed my robe, Elvis straightened my collar. Lilia smiled, go make history. I looked at all 3. People say ghosts haunt houses, not these 3. These 3 haunt history. I walked toward the ring, thinking if I win tonight, nobody's gonna believe who gave me the pep talk. Then I smiled. Good. They already think I'm crazy. To be continued! Raise the curtain one more time. The story isn't over, it simply learned to fly. We crossed the ages, we crossed the stars, left a little laughter inside every heart. We'll return again. Every road leads us back to friends. Keep the fire alive when legends call. The dreams our names, we'll be waiting just beyond the stage.
Don't say farewell, don't dim the light. The next adventure starts tonight.
Hear the voices rise, every memory never really dies.
We'll meet once more
When the curtain falls, but the journey never ends. Darling, this isn't goodbye.
It's just intermission.